If you'd like to sponsor Still Got Game, give us a call at 773-527-2961 or email us at podcast@tooltoplay.com. Hey now, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Still Got Game, episode 462. Still Got Game is the official podcast of tooltoplay.com. I am, as always, Derek D. Smooth Nolan.
I am Chris Selden, 007 Selden.
And I'm James Yont.
Who's that guy?
Hi, everyone.
Look, it's that guy.
He's back. We were gone for a month, but he's been gone for months. So, yeah. So we're back for a show.
We don't have Hit tonight for technical issues on his end, but hopefully he'll be back next week.
Yeah. Well, some internet issues for Hit. But we do have 3 people here, and we're doing a show, and everybody remembers how to do the vidcast, right?
Hell yeah.
We're doing a vidcast?
All right. Well, let's just, it's like a bike. Let's just get back on it. And we'll jump into the mailbag for feedback and questions from the last episode, which was a month ago. And remember, if you want to leave us a voicemail, it will cut you off after a minute. Darth comments. When I had suggested VR, I meant something like you guys are doing the show in a virtual space and viewers would use a VR headset and be present in a virtual audience. We would see other viewers as their avatar, kind of like the concerts in Fortnite, but in VR and of your show.
Well, I'm just going to go out there and say I don't have Fortnite money, so I don't know how I'm going to fly this.
Yeah.
But I like the idea. I do like the idea. And as I said, I've seen some VR talk show-esque type programs that look pretty cool. I just don't see how
we could do them.
How we could do that, or if we're at that point
because
with
we're
our
a big
audience
budget
base
here on the show. Huge budget.
But
Fortnite budget.
Yeah.
Darth, we do appreciate your continuous and nagging approach to the VR thing.
Dude, just put the VR headset on when you're listening to our show and you're good to go.
What happens if you watch our videos on a VR headset?
It would just be
we just stay stationed. There's no way to switch it so that like the screen is here, but you can like look at different parts of the screen, or is it always just?
Well, there's a couple of programs. There's like one called Big Screen, but it would just basically be like a movie theater screen in front of you. You could walk around it, or change seats and stuff like that, or talk to your neighbor while you're watching it, but it would still be just a flat screen pretty much.
No, that's your best bet. There you go, Darth. We're in VR on big screen, so you're welcome.
Well, plus you put us.
All right, Distortion comments. Rad show you guys put on. Is that Hitman doing the show introduction? And who is the other person he mentions besides D Smooth?
What is this? Distortion? How many times did you watch the show? I know I've been here for a while, but this is a really odd comment. I don't know what to say.
Well, I think it comes from a few episodes ago where we were actually talking about the intro.
Yeah.
It might have been in the after show that we were talking about it, but we were talking about how it still has Hitman doing the intro, definitely, but it's introducing
Joel, Dude I Rock, Albert, D Smooth Nolan. Yes.
Oh, you mean for the
show.
Podcast?
The podcast version, yeah.
Yes.
I don't listen to the podcast version. I only see the YouTube stuff, so that's why.
Okay. So it still has Duty Rock in it. So
that is Hitman that's doing the introduction, and Joel Dude I Rock Albert used to be my co-host, co-founder of Too Old to Play with me. But he doesn't do the show anymore. But maybe we'll bring him back for episode 500. Just saying.
Yeah, he was back at 400,
another
right?
2 years.
It's almost an homage to him at this point. So
yeah.
But if you want to submit a new intro for us, Distortion, we'll find some kind of prize for you.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll send you an signed autograph.
Oh. And we'll get you a good price. All right. Pone Star comments. New listener here. I've only been listening since the beginning of the year, but I'm definitely hooked. I can't go through all of your back catalog as there are too many episodes, but can you recommend a select few? Thanks.
Yeah, okay. I can recommend a select few. So you probably drive in a car, so you can listen to all of them.
Wow.
I would go through all of them.
I will
Start
go back
backwards.
and say I think
Keep
some
going
of the
backwards.
best episodes are the E3 recaps and stuff like that.
Mm.
But I don't know if they're dated at this point, since you'd be rehashing stuff that had come out years ago.
Yeah, I haven't gone back and listened to one of those. I'm trying to think. Like, yeah, those are that's E3 and PAX recaps. I would say all of the 100 episodes, 1, 2, 3, and 4. 100. I would say,
Episode 400, which was the reunion show.
yeah. I would say maybe the Christmas episodes and the Thanksgiving episode. Some of those Code and I used to do. We used to read off a script and do like a little like, oh, your house smells so good, Code. What do you have in the oven? Oh, D Smooth. I am making a turkey. Like it's they're terrible, but good at the same time. So.
If you could pick out the blooper episodes, the blooper or the outtake episodes are great.
Way back in the day, I did all outtake episodes when we were going to miss a show. So those are fantastic. Like there's people losing their shit, having a good time, but yeah.
See, you can't pick one. They're all good.
Yeah. Well, I've at least narrowed it down to less than 30. Unlike you, that's like, listen to all 462.
Why not?
Or listen to all 462. Yeah. All right. And I guess last but certainly not least, Altius asks, how excited are you about the virtual E3 presentations? I have heard that they reintroduced minimum traffic requirements for media, even though it's virtual, and sites are fuming. Did you guys sign up as media? And if so, were you approved?
I didn't sign up for any of them, and the closer we get to it, the less I'm interested in actually trying to catch it live. I'll just catch recaps of it at this point, I think.
See, I feel like if I don't watch it live, I'm not going to watch it at all. But as to the other part of the question, yeah, they did introduce minimum traffic requirements. I decided not to submit for media because we would not make it. So yeah, they still use the old arcane measurements of like uniques and everything else. Everybody's moved away from individual website hits to things that social media and everything else. So yeah, I don't think we're getting 10,000 uniques anymore. Definitely not getting our 100,000 uniques anymore, but it is what it is.
I don't know. I haven't even thought about it. Like, I'm just hoping that after it's over, there's actually some good games.
Well,
that's all I have to say. Because I mean, I've been nothing but disappointed for about a year and a half now. So
yeah, we'll start out over the weekend, and we'll see what happens.
Yep.
But I'm definitely gonna watch the Microsoft presser on Sunday.
Yeah, I'll probably catch that.
Yeah,
one.
that'll be one I definitely watch. But
not that I'm a fanboy or anything, but I mean, really.
Oh, we know you are, you're not.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, that's where you're going to see what you want to see on coming out on the Xbox platform in that showcase. So
it should be interesting with them buying all these studios. I'm hoping they, even if it's just some like, hey, here's some games coming in the future. They need some content. Hopefully, some stuff coming into this year and beginning of next year. But I don't know. With all the shortages, I feel like they're put their eggs in a different basket right now.
Oh, in chat when we were talking about the good episodes, Eric Niva, old school tooled player, the episode with Code with Derek talking to his cat. So yes, that was a classic episode as well. Yes, yeah. Yeah, lots of good past episodes, but sorry, the chat's a little delayed, so we usually get to it in the next question or the next section. But yeah. All right. Well, I guess if any of you have questions or comments like this, give us a call, 773-527-2961. No one does that anymore. It's not like phones are dead. You can still do it. Email us at podcast@toolplay.com. And maybe the reason why you don't call is because you're going to sound like a douche. Like, there was like way back when we had this guy that would call and he would start to leave a message and be like, wait, just forget that one. I'll call back. I'll call back.
What was that, Blue Steel?
I can't say who it was, but then they would leave another message.
Love you, Blue.
And
Selden.
May have been me.
Then they would finally get the message that we would play in the show. But if you're the kind of person that doesn't want to leave those messages, you can sit on your computer, you can record, you can put it in Audacity and edit it up, you can take out all your ums and ahs and then submit that to podcast@toolbar.com. We'll use it as well. So yeah. All right. Yes. He said it was Selden. Yep. It was definitely Selden, yes. Right.
But look how far it got me.
All right, on that, why don't we move on over into what we're playing? Selden, what have you been playing this week?
I finished up the Outriders campaign. And I started doing some of the expeditions. It's a decent game in the land of nothing that's out there right now. It's keeping me entertained.
So it's a little rough though to play by yourself.
Yeah. I mean, you just got to lower the levels when you get to the point where you can't, get through it or whatever. But it's definitely it's not an easier game to play solo if you keep the level up to the hard levels and stuff. But other than that, picked up Knockout City. I was playing that a little bit with my son. It's a 3-on-3 dodgeball game. It's actually a lot of fun.
I'm sure.
I was wondering what that was. I saw you playing it the other day. I was like, what is he playing?
It's actually
a Selden random game.
Most of Selden's now playing list are things that no one fucking knows. Like I'm looking at his list here, and there's only one of these games I've ever heard of.
Let's go to the next one, Selden. I want you to explain this next game to me next to Knockout City. I want to hear this one.
All right. The next game I was playing was a game called Super Animal Royale. And this game
I've
been playing quite a bit of it.
Oh, was it free?
It is currently free. I believe is in game preview on Xbox Live Gold, but I think it's on all platforms, or it's going to all platforms. It is a top-down battle royale, almost a 16-bit game where you play any one of these cute little furry animals, and you can keep dressing them up with all the downloads and stuff like that, the unlocked content and stuff like that. But it's your battle royale, and it's a lot of fun to play.
So it's a furry dress up battle royale game?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
That's what
okay. Publishers, you need to start making games now.
This game had come out
now.
Yeah, this game had come out a couple years ago on Steam as a game preview, and it's still been in game preview, but it just came to console this week or last week. So it's a lot of fun. I highly recommend it if you like the battle royale genre, and it's super fun and casual. So it's not like hardcore, sitting in a bush waiting. It's just you run, gun, and have fun. So it's a lot of fun, I gotta say.
Yeah,
but it's a title like that, it makes it kind of sound kind of goofy, so I understand.
Yeah, it does. Yep.
Other than that, I've been playing some Death Stranding on the PC, and in my mobile games are my Empire and Puzzles and Combat Puzzles games. So, what about you, Jan? What have you been up to?
Actually, so I was playing some since I've been on a while. Actually, been playing some games just for the fun of it. Going back to some games that I've been wanting to play. Destroyed All Humans. That game was fun to go through the campaign and stuff. And then they had the Zombie Week or month or whatever. So I played the Zombie Army 4, which was fun. Kind of just random shooter game. It's no Animal Royale.
Animal Royale.
Yeah. And I've always wanted to play the Battlefront games, the Star Wars Battlefront games. So I picked that one up. I thought, this is since there's no games out there, this is time to pick up some games that I've really wanted to play for a while. I really enjoy the storyline is fabulous. If it's pretty much free on Game Pass, but the storyline meshes it in between. I know Derek's all about this when it comes to Mandalorian and all that stuff. Like, Derek, if you haven't played it, play just for the campaign. You'll love the campaign with the storylines that go through it. It meshes really well with a side story that goes on with some of the stuff that's going on in the Star Wars galaxy. So I love that. The gameplay the gameplay it's just a normal shooter, so it's supposed to be a battle royale type, but it doesn't play that way. But it's fun. Just to play, have something to do, and then my only mobile game I play is Tag War, just something stupid to do at work to pass the time. So
is that an AR type of game, or is that just
no, it's just like it's kind of like a StarCraft type thing. You're building you don't attack anybody, you go in and out, but you attack somewhat, but you build your base and build up levels, and then you go out of your base and you go and mine and do all kinds of stuff and attack people, and it's just fun. A stupid game. I was like, I need something to do at work, and I'm tired of Pokemon Go and all the rest of the game, so it was just something to do.
You can also do work.
Now, that Destroy All Humans, they went back and they redid that for the Xbox Series X, right? How's that look?
Terrible.
You said terrible? I think it looks pretty good.
We played it at the PAX East just prior to the pandemic, the beginning of 2020, and it was terrible. We
the gameplay or the actual graphics?
Both.
I thought they were both fine, to be honest with you. It plays well. It's fun. It's just a stupid run around, shoot
dumb
cows,
shit to cows. Yeah. That I guess maybe
pulling brains out of people's butts all the time. I mean, it gets kind of funny.
I guess we were just too highbrow for it. But yes.
I guess. I don't know. It's a fun little playthrough. It'll take you. I think it took me about 8 hours. It's about an 8-hour playthrough, but it was a fun little playthrough. And then if you're one of those people that want to complete the stuff, they got all kinds of side. You can go back and do some quest missions in the worlds and stuff. And like there's some speed running stuff, and then there's destroy everything to a certain amount of points to like stars. So you have like bronze star, silver star, gold star type stuff. So it was just something I just wanted to play. I wanted to play when it came out just for the fun of it. Something dumb to do. And,
fair enough.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, it's like a 6-minute game.
Yeah,
you can start.
Or don't pick it up at all. Game.
Yeah.
So how about you, Derek?
Well, in addition to my mobile games of Harry Potter, Wizards Unite, and Pokemon Go, just phoning them in every morning, a little bit of Toon Blast. I am still playing that same upcoming PC title that we all are looking forward to. That I can't say anything about, but it's sick.
I don't have any idea what you're talking about. What game is it?
I cannot say.
Well, then how am I supposed to be all about the upcoming PC title?
Well,
if I don't know what it is.
I'm playing it on PC, but it might be on some other stuff.
I'm hoping we get some kind of announcement at E3 about this game.
It would be angelic if we got an announcement at E3.
Yeah. I hope it's Halo over.
Oh my God, that was terrible. Wow.
You're such a grunt.
No good pun. No, didn't work. Okay,
this is terrible puns. Yes, but yeah,
I'm sorry for injecting everybody this. I've been gone too long. Sorry.
Yes,
but yeah, it's pretty savage, and it'll be to the rest of the world in no time.
Hopefully it's really savage. It's just not like some of those other games that you said, man, it was really good when I played it, and then it came out and it was big steaming
you
pile.
Mean like
CD Projekt Red?
I can't say, but like some futuristic game that sucked. Yeah.
There's a punk with a cyber in it.
Oh, good. That was the worst ever. You have completely lost all your soft touch. Your soft touch is like boom.
No, I just poke him in the eye.
Oh, nice. All right. Well, on that, why don't we hop on over into new releases? We got 2 new releases out this week. We'll start with the soft one. Chivalry 2 out for the Xbox Series X and S, PS5, and the PC. Did either of you guys play Chivalry a few years back?
No, because it was such a piece of garbage when it came out. The original Chivalry, whatever that is.
Yeah.
Chivalry. Like I wanted to get it, but it got reviewed bombed so bad, and the gameplay footage that was in the original was just so poor.
But they patched the shit out of it really fast, and
it's still it had a chance, but then it just died. I mean, it's a first person
hack
Third
and slash
person
medieval
perspective.
combat type game.
third person hack and slash medieval
Or
combat.
third person.
Yeah. Yep.
And I just have no hope for the second one. If the first one was just so poorly put together, I think that
I don't know. I know a lot of people that like the first one. That was well reviewed, at least after the initial day one patch. So, I could be potentially interested in this. Yeah,
You don't play games now. What makes you think play this?
I only play games that can't show up on my Xbox or PC.
Which games would that be?
I can't say.
I don't know. I guess it comes down to like the medieval combat. I'm a big fan of, like, I was a big Dungeons and Dragons kid, and the idea of a third person or first person D&D type game is always something that's interested me, but I've never seen anybody really do it well.
Do you remember the old Chivalry game, like back for like the Apple IIe?
Nah.
Now that was a great medieval combat game.
I don't know. I just never, nothing's ever really grabbed me to be that they've really captured what I would have liked to see in a D&D type of game. So,
well, someone send Selden the code for Chivalry 2 and let them play it.
Heck, you send it to me and I'll definitely play it. At this point, I'll take anything. I might even start hooking up with Selden with these animal furry games.
dude,
Super animal furry badass ass fuck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Play it with your kid, Jan. Come on, play it. You'll love it. It's a lot
I
of
don't play
fun.
games with my kids anymore.
See,
They don't want to play. They think they're better than me, and then I whoop them and they get mad. So
nice. All right, the other new game out this week is something I'm actually gonna fucking pick up, and it's because it's been too long since I played something on a console, and it's Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart out for the PS5. We all saw this game during the PlayStation 5 presser.
this is gonna be a good game.
This is the game that really wanted me to get the PlayStation 5 originally. I was like, this is the game that would force me to buy the system. So,
yep. Well, it's not too late.
It is.
you still can't get it. I gave up on trying, but it's still really hard to get them from what I see.
I don't know. Shadow tried 100 times to give you one. You're like, I don't think I want it now, though. But yeah, I just want to.
Yeah, he's gonna upsell it. Here,
no, he wasn't. He was going to give it to him at cost.
Oh, Selden.
And Selden's like, I prefer the hunt. I like to do the hunt myself.
Oh, I did see that thread.
Yes,
oh,
yes.
yes, I did see that. Selden.
Shadow had your back.
Okay,
man.
Here's the deal, Selden.
I know the problem was that I was going to try to
one,
resell the first one and then keep the second one that I made from the profits, the first one. And I never got the first one.
Here's the deal, Selden. I'll go halvesies with you.
Oh, yeah.
You can keep it to play some games, and then you have to ship it to me when you're done.
I don't think that works out for me.
Why? That doesn't mean you won't get it back.
That's not a bad deal.
I was giving you long enough to play some games you want to play on it. I mean,
hey, I got myself one. I got one for Mr. GMS and sold it to him at cost. So
wait, he's playing on a PlayStation now too?
Yeah, because there's no fucking games on the Xbox.
I know.
There's no games anywhere.
I know.
Well, except Ratchet and Clank coming out this week.
Yep. So yeah, I'm definitely picking that up and see how it is. But yeah, I'm good for a good looking fucking platformer on a console that I own that I don't play nearly enough. So all right. On that, why don't we hop on over into gaming news? And if you're in chat right now and you want to drop something in chat for us to talk about, do it because it's a slow fucking
to talk
news
about.
week. Yeah, E3 starts. Technically, this is the media week of no one could get qualified. So the actual E3 starts on the 12th, and nobody wants to drop news now. So we just have some weird news. But I'll take the first story. First story, Sierra founders Ken and Roberta Williams are developing a new game. So anyone that grew up PC gaming knows the names of Ken and Roberta Williams. They are Sierra Online. You had your King's Quest, you had your Police Quest, you had your Space Quest, Leisure Suit Larry. These guys are gaming royalty. So I'm kind of excited to see what they come with next. Like, these guys are like legit, they made some of the most fun. First, they started as basically Zork with typing, and then they changed them to like a point and click. Like when they remastered King's Quest and all those, instead of having to type pick up Spanish Fly, you would just click on the bottle of Spanish Fly in Leisure Suit Larry, for example. But yeah, so the game's called The Secret. We don't know what's going on with it. It's been in development for 6 months. It's going to start beta testing in August, but I am I'm hoping I get on this beta test because I cut my teeth in those Sierra games. So
Yeah, I mean they were a staple back in the day. I mean, yeah, there's so much classics and stuff like that you could revisit now, and they'd still probably be playing really well. So
yep. Yeah, were you ever a Sierra game guy?
I really wasn't a PC guy. I mean, I only got on PC like really. I mean, I played some like StarCraft and stuff and those type of games when I was,
Little.
younger. But
Yep.
I mostly was a console guy. I mean, I had Xbox, Nintendo, Atari. I had all the consoles when they were.
Yeah, they're-
I had a Sega.
Yeah.
Still have some of them.
I did too. It was
Game
but
Gear.
these-
My parents just never. We just didn't have a PC around, so I could play these games. So I
so
just
we,
never.
we
got
just
into
had it for homework and everything else, or
Yeah.
schoolwork, but it was just as well to play games. So
I mean, my
I
parents had a game.
can't tell you
but
how many hours and days I wasted on King's Quest games.
Yeah,
It's
see, like I never.
just
I
so
played
much
maybe
fun.
chess on my mom's computer, but like growing up, I was outside.
I was
And
outside too.
I didn't get my first PC until I was, a freshman in college. So
Okay, so
that
yeah.
that's when I started playing more PC games. And at that point, I was still playing console, and I was playing with all my buddies, and really,
yeah. See,
I had no poise to switch to PC at that point.
I was a little different. We were an Apple family, so I got my first Apple computer when I was in kindergarten. And then it wasn't until I got to almost high school that I ended up with my first IBM PC, which is where these games came in. But I remember at that time a 5 megabyte, not gigabyte, 5 megabyte hard drive, double height. So like the height of a CD-ROM drive plus another one. That was like $2,500 for 5 megabytes of storage. So times have changed.
Yeah, now they did start on the PC, right? They started on IBM PCs back then. They weren't Commodore 64.
No, it was a PC, and then originally it was IBM's, and then it was your clones.
Yeah.
And then you had CGA graphics, which had 3 colors,
Yeah.
two different palettes of 3 colors. Then you had EGA graphics, which were 16 colors standard. Then you went to VGA, which was 256 colors, and then it wasn't
Which broke everybody. They didn't
Yeah.
like, what are those
They're like,
beautiful colors?
Porg. Oh, and then we got to Super VGA and all that, which was 16.7 million colors, and that's where we kind of still sit today. Whether you can see more than 16.7 million colors is a weird thing.
Yeah, I'll tell you, man. We actually, as PC gamers back in the day, we had it rough because we not only had all these iterations of graphic level, we also had the sound cards.
Mm-hmm.
How many different versions of the sound cards would come out like every
from
6 months? It was just like, Jesus, I gotta spend more money on this shit.
Well, you got to remember. Let's roll it back even farther. You had floppy disks that you had to trade out at a certain point.
Oh no,
in the
this
game.
this was
Oh,
still this
go
was
back
still that
further.
I know,
time.
but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like,
Go to-
early
Go to
like,
tape drives on my TI-40.
Yeah,
King's Quest came on like 20 floppies at one point. So, but yeah, originally you had the what was the name of the original sound card?
Sound Blaster was
No,
one that
Sound
I
Blaster
had.
was the fancy one that came after it.
Yeah.
It was the I can't remember. There was the cheap one and the expensive one that did MIDI, and then when Sound Blaster came out and you could record sound, I remember my first 2 sound bites that I recorded were both
Hey
Die
now!
Hard ones. It was no fucking shit, ladies. It sounded like I'm ordering a pizza, or welcome to the party, pal. And yeah. But
you need to find those sound bites.
Yes, that would be great.
Yep. Recording them off laser discs, so that goes to show how long ago this was. So.
Wow.
Yep. All right, next story.
All right, I'll take this one. CD Project profits take a hit as Cyberpunk 2077 remains delisted on the PlayStation Store. I think that's the biggest thing. That's PlayStation still hasn't put this fucking game back up. Like
They're not going to.
it's
Until
so
it's
broken.
fixed.
It's so broken. And you know, this goes back to what Hit said. They should have just released it on PC at first, worked out the bugs in the PC, and then worried about a console port after that at that point. But man, I know that they've had a lot of changeover in management there as well recently. They're just in a fucking shitstorm of trouble right now. So
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to survive after this game. Like,
They
got to knock it out of the park with whatever they come out with after this game. So.
Not in this economical world. If they, this is not the time to crap the bed for a video game at all. Now, you got to bring your A plus game, because none of this preview crap that doesn't work. So
this was a learning lesson of you make a game. You show all of your beta testers what it has potential to be by jumping them from here to here to here to here to here. And then when it's time for you to make a contiguous game, you pull out this and this and this and this and this, and then you deliver a piece of shit. So,
I mean, this just goes to show you that Bungie was smart in pulling the game back and said, no, we ain't releasing it. Because they could have been in the same situation as CD Projekt Red right now, because if they would have released that game as it was, it may have still been broken today, and the fan base would have left them.
which game are you talking about? Destiny?
Not Bungie. I'm sorry.
yeah, because Destiny is still broken today.
Yeah, Destiny's still broken.
It's not broken. It's just the mechanics suck.
And it's a grind, and it's not fun. It's for dumbasses. Yeah.
Yes, I was talking about the Halo franchise. Sorry.
We're not allowed to talk about that game.
We can talk.
Derek maybe not playing that game on PC, so we can't talk about that.
We can talk about 343 Studios' upcoming game, Halo Infinite, all we want. I can't wait to see what it's like.
Not on PC. Yeah, I know. Me neither.
Wow. All right.
All right. Let me take one.
Next story.
Let's move
Take a
on.
story. All right. Nintendo teases software news for E3 2021 with no mention of rumored new hardware. So, but we keep hearing, so I haven't been following a lot of gaming news, but I do keep my ear a little bit to the pulse. I do keep hearing about a lot of new hardware, but but they're teasing software here. This is an interesting move on Nintendo's part, to be honest with you. But I feel like, to be honest with you, they are in a position to where really releasing a new console, even if they do it or not, this is going to be a Wii U. I'm just calling it right now.
Wow.
Their release one, it's going to be Wii U, and it's not going to be this. There's nothing wrong with the Switch. They have a Switch Lite that's perfectly fine. If they just keep releasing some new content, they'll go out on top.
But people want a Switch better.
Yeah, they want the Switch Pro, and that's what.
Yeah,
that's
everybody
what
wanted a Wii better,
about.
and then we got a Wii U, which was
I guess you can bite off more than you can chew when you're doing that. Yeah,
and that's Nintendo's always been that way. It's just their software is what really, the hardware is good, but it's the software, the games they have to go with the hardware. And I think there's, unless they're bringing out a new Zelda game, which if they do, that would be phenomenal, but an actual new Zelda game,
they keep all their IP tight to the hip, and that's what keeps people buying their garbage consoles.
Yep. I think their biggest news would be if Xbox and Nintendo joined forces. That would be crazy.
If we ever got that licensing deal, it is game over, Sony.
Yeah.
The Game Pass on the Switch would be awesome.
I mean, Xbox is already Play Anywhere, so they're already playing games with Nintendo as it is now. So you never know.
You never know.
It doesn't have to be a merger. It could just be a complete. All right, we're playing together in the same box. So there we go.
Yep.
So what do you think about this? Do you think they'll have a new console come out?
I don't think that.
this.
I think because of the component shortages around the world and manufacturing issues in China, it's you're almost better off fucking people that expected it and
Yeah.
then deliver it later than under deliver and under produce. Like,
What if they just tease something?
like gave us like a coming in 2022. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I could see them
type of
do
thing.
something
Maybe
like
in
that.
2022. I mean, that's kind of what Sony and Microsoft were doing. I mean, but not at what way Nintendo could do it. But we always heard, Project Scorpion. Oh, Project, yeah. There was this
Yeah,
going on.
yeah, they gave us
So,
a year in advance of a teaser, and
yeah,
we went from there,
so
and that's kind
because
of
Nintendo's never really done that. It's usually like when you have the Switch, it's there it is. We got a new console.
Oh, by the way, it's in stores today. And you're like,
Yeah,
what?
that's how they are.
Yeah.
They're kind of like an Apple company because like Apple does the same thing. Oh, by the way, I have a new thing, and you can go order it now.
Yep.
So,
But just looking at it, like with their hardware is not cutting edge or next gen.
It wasn't
hardware.
when it came out. It was
Right,
It was
it's-
a half
they're-
a gen behind when it
They're
released.
always behind. So they may be fighting for components to create a new console or whatever, but they're not fighting in the same market that Microsoft and Sony are currently
No,
fighting.
they're fighting with all the knockoff, like, hey, play all your ROMs here consoles.
Yeah.
And all like.
So
Oh.
I mean, their supply chain might be a little freer than what the Nvidia cards and the Sonys and the Microsoft consoles are at.
No, but
So
there's-
they
there's still,
could be working on something.
NVRAM and all that other stuff are all in, like, my industry competes with the video game industry competes with the home, like, Blu-ray player industry. Like, that there's certain components that everything uses, whether it's a network device or a video device, and everybody's fighting on those components, and that's really where the problem comes from. So
It's the crypto farmers, man, they got it all.
yeah, but then the next gen is going to be all anti-crypto, the crypto blocking, not useful for crypto farming, and everything else. So
that's why
Or so they
everybody's
say.
buying up the old ones.
yeah,
You could I could probably sell my RTX 2080 right now for a pretty penny.
you could, you should.
No, I like it.
All right, next story. No, I'm gonna take a different one. I'm gonna take ROM pirate takes on Nintendo. Sans lawyer gets told to pay $2.1 million in damages. So, kids, this is a lesson. When someone takes you to court, even if you don't think you've done anything wrong, hire an attorney. They are better at defending you than no matter how baller you think you are. I'm dirty smooth on. I could probably do a surgery and then go defend myself in court. Like, I'm pretty sure I have all those skills. But like,
No, you don't.
but I'm smart enough to know that I need a defense from someone that has trained specifically in this. Like, I could probably go past the bar. Like, I don't doubt that.
I don't know about
No, I probably could. And I could probably go to medical school or not and then just be a doctor. One time
I'm
I
scared
sewed
for the world now.
Yeah.
Scared for the world.
I stitched my knee up in college with dental floss. Like, I've done
Again,
surgeries.
we'll go back to
Yeah.
I've done surgeries with dental floss.
Yes.
What
So
are we at in Taiwan?
yeah. So what I'm saying is, if someone's bringing you to court though to sue you, you probably want to hire an actual attorney. So
Especially with a company like Nintendo. It's not like they have the rinky-dink public defender that went to school in like San Juan.
GVMS, you could not pass the bar.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
I'm pretty sure I could, but anyway.
No.
So
Wrong.
and I'm also pretty high on myself. So yeah.
Yeah,
but anyway,
pretty high.
King of the
Yeah.
internet and
So-
everything that's holy.
Yeah. So this guy gets pulled into court by Nintendo, and he says, "You know what? I got this. Hold my beer."
Hold my beer.
And then the court proceedings occur, and the court finds him guilty of copyright infringement and all these other cases, and now he owes $2.1 million. So, yeah.
Smart guy.
Sounds like a good plan.
So,
Must have been Smooth. Must have been his lawyer.
I could have done, even I could have done better than this. I would have talked it down to 1.05 million. But yeah. So
Yeah, because that's so much better.
it's literally twice as good. But yeah, the moral of the story is, if you're going to court, get a lawyer.
Get a lawyer.
No, the moral of the story should be don't be a douche and do something illegal.
I see where you're going with this, yacht.
Oh,
But
next story.
next story. Who wants it? Oh, Selden wants it.
I'll take this one. Let's see. Astros Playroom dev team Asabi, is that how you say that? Is the newest internal PlayStation studio. So PlayStation's making their own moves and acquiring studios and things like that. So it's good to see that they're bringing this because they obviously were a cornerstone for the release of the PlayStation and got a lot of people going with it. But it's good to see that they got picked up and not just thrown to the side after they produced the cornerstone where they showcase the controller and the haptic feedback and everything like that. So good job for them for getting acquired.
I mean, I feel like now's the time for these studios to get acquired by the bigger companies because I know they've got a lot of them got to be hurting right now, trying to figure it all out and get some money going, and especially since nobody's producing anything right now.
No, I'll say that I enjoyed the shit out of Astro's Playroom. I actually enjoyed that game more than I enjoyed the Spider-Man games, which I got the console for. So. Yeah, I don't know. I played the shit out of that game.
It's good because I mean they really did a good job for the PlayStation console, and it's good that they're getting rewarded by actually following through and getting a good quality title out. And it's good for PlayStation because they're locking these guys up, so now they can't go anywhere else and take that knowledge of how the controller works and how to program for it.
Following the Microsoft playbook.
Yeah.
That's what they've been doing.
Yep. All
right.
Next story.
The official E3 2021 schedule now includes Take-Two, Gearbox, and WB Games. If you don't know what WB is, it's Warner Brothers. Just in case you guys didn't know. Yeah, just filling everybody in. So I haven't even seen the schedule. So it's nice to see some of them are coming back to this, but as we've all talked about, E3 is probably going away after this year. We'll see how it goes. Virtual just doesn't, I don't know, for an event like this, virtual just doesn't do it for anybody. It's gonna be, I mean, for example, you saw all the stars and all their fancy shows they've been doing this year has been down millions of views. Nobody gives a crap about watching the shows. So if you can't be a part of it. But it's good to see some of these, they've, I guess, coaxed some of these consoles, these people to come back and, be a part of it. So
I'm actually honestly hoping that next week, and it's tough when it's not a destination week because some people have to work during the weekdays. But at least for the pressers over the weekend, and maybe the replays of these things at night, I'm hoping that they get good coverage. But even with bringing these guys in, there's still half of the press conferences are not part of E3 proper. They're just timed during this week. Sony isn't part of it. Activision isn't part of it. They're all still doing their own shit. So, but I am excited for that whole week. I'm going to watch a lot of content.
In the past, have they had an E3 best of show at the E3 conference, or was those always like the Engadgets or the G4s that would do a best of show? Because I heard that they're going to be putting on a best of show at the end of E3, that E3 is actually going to do it.
So traditionally what happens is during the press week prior to E3 proper, press goes in, they look at all the games, and it helps both sides. But essentially what you do is you're like, your game of show, your best action adventure game, and you put a sticker up on their booth. And what it serves to do is it also helps you, because people are like, oh, Tool to Play said that's the best adventure game of show. You can go put it on every fucking thing you want. You could bring 1 million of them. But it helps the game because it has more awards for them to claim, but it also helps your outlet, because people are like, oh, well, they liked it, so who are they? Let's go dig deeper into that. But usually it's just like winner of 23 awards or whatever. So this is kind of like, I feel like E3 is trying to take that and quantify it into something else, so they can say, well, you still got a value out of it because you still got the best of whatever, because
E3 best of show, or
yeah. So
I think it's a great concept if they do it that way. They're recapping everybody that was in their showcase, that instead of all these one-offs that, like, as you said, like Microsoft's doing their own thing, so they're not really E3.
Well, Microsoft is doing the E3 thing.
Okay,
it's Sony, it's Activision, it's all the guys that already dropped out of E3.
Right, so all those guys are out of the E3 competition for the E3 best of type thing. So
it'll be interesting. See what happens, but I am going to be watching a lot of video content, either live or pre-recorded next week. So see. All right, next story. Modder spends 3 years recreating almost all of GoldenEye 007 in Far Cry 5.
What a waste of time.
Yeah, it's super cool, but also like one of the dumbest things ever. It's like the guys that recreate something in Minecraft, and you're like,
I mean, I can say, like, if they spent like 1.5 years because we've been in the COVID realm, you know,
like it was just your quarantine time, yeah.
But
this guy started
3 years.
before,
so
when
that
he had a real life
before that. So no offense, dude, but a little rough there.
See, this
because it's playable, but I mean, I guess to him, but why does it really matter? I mean, it's not making any money off of this.
Well, I think that's the issue, is he made it in Far Cry 5, which he can't monetize that through any kind of DLC or in-game purchases. Like,
where somebody did licensing issues with MGM, now Amazon owns it and everything else, and
like if you look at like some of the Minecraft mods or some of the Roblox mods that they're recreating, like these Pokemon worlds or something like that, they're actually selling those mods in game for coins, and they're bypassing some kind of legal,
sued by Nintendo, and
I'm sure they're getting sued on the side, but you know, this guy can't monetize.
If he was smart, he would have sold it to the Far Cry 5 guys. Said, okay, I got this. I've been working on this for a while. You know, can I have like X amount of
they couldn't give him money for it because they can't do anything with it. I'll tell you what this guy did. He fucking made himself super marketable.
Yeah.
Like these guys now, he's shown that he has the ability to do this, and that's almost better than a resume when it comes to like whether you want to be a level designer or whatever. It's a foot into the gaming industry. I think it's still a super waste of time for 3 years, but like you could have just done like the first level of GoldenEye and been like, look what I did, and they're like, you're hired. But 3 years is a long time. But,
well, yeah, but it's not all of it either. It's almost all of it.
Well,
it's almost all.
It's almost all. Yeah.
Almost all.
Maybe because that radar dish at the end is now no longer in existence, and he couldn't go photograph it and map it into the game or whatever.
Probably.
So, yeah.
But let's roll that story into this next one. Maybe this guy's made himself marketable, for Far Cry 6 will be released on October 7th. After
holy shit, they hired this guy and he finally fixed the game so they can release it.
Wouldn't that be a kick?
Wow.
Looks like
best story ever.
So it looks like Far Cry 6 is coming out on October 7th. PC, Xbox Series XS and the One, PlayStation 4, 5, and Google State. Well, that other place that we don't talk about.
We don't talk about
that.
I
don't have to talk about that one. So
Oh,
If you buy it on the PS4 or the Xbox One, you'll get a free upgrade to a respective current gen version. The game originally supposed to be arrived in February, but was
that
pushed
sounds
back
a lot
because
like
of COVID-19.
Cyberpunk, though. That
I feel like you don't
buy
even need to
old,
say
get
that.
new. No,
I don't think you need to say that, Selden. I think any game you buy at this point, if it's not up converted or to the next gen, they did something wrong.
I will say that this is probably thanks to that modder. You're right, Selden. Yeah, he fixed it.
Probably.
He fixed it.
Yep.
He did. If we see any GoldenEye levels, we'll know why.
Hey, this reminiscently looks like Golden.
Yeah.
Wait, is that radar dish? That's
Is
why
that
it's
the
that's
golden
why it's on
gun?
this mod. He used it for actual Far Cry 6.
The special golden gun mod.
Oh. Oh, impressive. Impressive.
I'll probably pick up Far Cry 6 when it comes out. It looks pretty good.
I haven't played a Far Cry since 3, and I don't know if I can. Plus, I'll be too busy playing Ratchet and Clank, so. And then in the fall,
Ratchet
I'll
and
be
Clank
playing
till October
Halo.
7th.
Yeah.
That game's gonna have some legs that get you all the way to October 7th.
Oh.
All right,
Only
what else we got?
All right.
Could save us all.
Well, that
That
wraps
Derek can
up
tell us
gaming
about.
news, and then we don't have to talk about who's playing what. So if you have stuff you want us to talk about next week on gaming news, give us a call, 773-527-2961. Email us at podcast@toolplay.com. You tell us what you're playing, and we'll talk about it during the show. Let's move on to sponsors. We don't have any. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I was hoping we would by this point, but it's a pandemic. People don't want to sponsor a vidcast with such low viewership, to be honest.
Ouch.
Like they love to sponsor the podcast, but as soon as you try to work the vidcast into it, they're like, I don't know.
Yeah, but it should be both.
They all
Any
want
sponsor should get both.
All right, maybe we'll just give our podcast sponsors both.
We should. Why not?
Well, I was trying to hard sell.
No, Derek.
Any port in a storm?
I mean, let's go back. Okay, let's
All right, let's go back on history. We once had Netflix. We once had GoDaddy.
We're not going that far. Okay, we're not winding back that far. Okay. Somebody wants us to do VR episodes, so to have a budget, we need sponsors. So you better bring it to both from now on, so we can start doing VR.
No, fair enough.
Darth is asking for it.
Darth is asking for it 3 weeks in a row. Yeah.
I think maybe we should hit up Facebook to be a sponsor, and then we could use their Oculus platform as our VR headset component.
Why don't you sell this to them, Selden? All right, we need a marketing guy. So instead of if you'd like to sponsor us, if you're a marketing guy that wants to market our podcast, give us a call.
Either way,
give us a call, 773-527-2961. Email us at podcast@toolplay.com. We'll hire you on spec. So we're not going to pay you.
Then that's why I'm a marketing and graphics guy. This is why I do the show for free as it is.
Yes,
let alone
so Jan's a host on spec, but we'll hire you on spec to do our marketing, and we'll give you 25% of whatever comes in based on what the work you did. How's that sound? I just said it on air.
Hey,
so
look at that.
25%. That's your cut. So if you have marketing, you can try to sell us even though you're not part of us yet, and then tell us after that you sold us, and then we'll bring you in and we'll do the commercials, and you've got your 25%. So yeah. Wow, that was the easiest sponsor us segment ever, because we just negotiated a backdoor deal. Hopefully someone out there is a marketing person and that was interesting to you.
Yeah, it's like every job I've ever been to.
So if the sponsorship is a case of beer, you'll get 6 of those beers.
I think we're talking cash at this point, so I don't think anyone's working for in kind anymore, unless it's actually in kind. But yes. All right. Twitter us up. You can find everything Tool Play related, twitter.com/tool to play. Everything podcast related at twitter.com/still_got_game. Facebook the fuck out of us, facebook.com/tool to play. We have a YouTube channel, youtube.com/tool to play. That's where we put this show up, all of our archive video content, Tiff's immature interviews, Hits Quick Hits, Sultan's special cam. All the shows are there. It's like a DVR that you recorded every Tool to Play show ever, and they're still there, and you can play them anytime you want. So go to youtube.com/tool to play and subscribe. Please rate and review the podcast on iTunes. We need some 5-star reviews. If you have a couple extra seconds, drop in a nice comment with it. These guys are gods. Love the show. Best podcast I've ever listened to. Better than church. Whatever you want to put. It's all good. So
we hit that share button and send it to your friends.
Oh, smack that share button. Yes. We also
hit the bell. Hit the bell.
We also have a Twitch channel, twitch.tv/still_got_game. We're live there each and every week with this show, and we archive it there as well. Doesn't have as extensive library as youtube.com/toolplay, but there is a library there as well, and you can access our back episodes. We also have a Discord channel. Discord.com is where it's at, but you can get to our specific Discord at toolplay.com/SGG Discord. If you've ever used Discord, you know that it brings content creators and people together. You can come on in there. You can join our Still Got Game Discord. Selden is in there 24/7, chatting everybody up.
Hell yeah.
Hits in there like smacking butts. Yant's in there probably like once a month.
A year now.
Yeah. Tiff's in there more than Yant at this point.
Yeah, at this point.
and I'm in there as well occasionally, but Selden's really our ambassador. He's the brand ambassador, along with Hit, where they don't seem to have any other conflicts of time or anything, and they can just sit in there all day long. But yeah, join us at toolplay.com/SGG Discord, and people will chat you up, at least Selden and Hit will. So.
Well, you got a couple of our fans that are in there too, that watchers.
Shadow's in there all the time.
Shadow's in there all the time. Blue's in there all the time.
Yeah.
He's ready for a chat.
Yeah, you can talk to these guys. Yeah. Talk to your fellow fans, or super fans, if you will.
Super fan.
You call him Blue a super fan?
Yeah, Blue's definitely a super fan.
Man, you're putting him on a high pedestal. Yeah. Hi, Blue.
All right. Then before we wrap up, you guys want to talk about anything where you are in the socials? Anything you got going on? Any special charities?
You can find me at Selden007 pretty much anywhere. I'm working on getting, I'm trying to, and hopefully get some good news this week. I'm trying to get a preview copy or preview console for the Atari VCS. I'm on a short list right now, hopefully, of getting one of those. Mm-hmm. So I'll be able to talk about that hopefully soon if I can get my hands on one. Other than that, just keep an eye out for me having a little Super Animal fun at the Super Animal Royale.
Super Animal Orgy Fest 2000.
I'm going to get these guys in there and we're going to have a fucking blast.
No, we're not fucking anything with you in Super Animal Orgy Fest.
That's great. You're going to love it. Get this game.
Oh.
It's what you're looking for in Battle Royales, Derek.
I'm sure.
Yeah, what do you got? I don't have to follow up after that. I really don't have to follow up after that at all. I would say follow any of your cancer societies. Donate, St. Jude, right here in Indy, Riley Hospital. Any of those type of things. And get out there, be safe, give somebody a hug.
All right. Good shit.
Good shit.
Well, I am at twitter.com/Derek Nolan, facebook.com/Derek Nolan, instagram.com/official Derek Nolan, youtube.com/RealDSmooth, twitch.tv/Derek Nolan, all those things. But that's not really where I want to waste my time. I know that things are kind of coming back to normal. Massachusetts here, we're fully open. I go to the grocery store. No masks. It's weird.
Should be normal, not weird.
considering I was like a shut-in for a year, it's pretty weird.
Surprised it's not always that way, to be honest with you.
So at the same time, when
Yeah,
we've gone out
sorry.
to go to restaurants, there's some that are missing right now, and there's some that didn't survive or that shut down with a future reopening. So I'm gonna pimp the Restaurant Employee Relief Fund, Guy Fieri's fund, rerf.us. Go there and these people, like, here's an example. Last week, for the first time in a year and 4 months, the kids and I went to this Chinese food restaurant we used to go to once a week, and we went back in, and the waitress, like, she was wearing a mask. We were there, and she's like, "I remember you guys," and I was like, "Yeah, we're back after a little over a
Same
year."
smile.
And then
Same smile.
and then she's like, "Yeah, I also took a year and 4 months off." So she's been hurting just like everybody else. Like, this hasn't been. Not every restaurant went outdoor dining. Not every restaurant.
Not every restaurant could.
No.
I mean, really.
Yeah,
To be
so
honest with
they
you,
were doing only delivery and takeout, and she literally took a year off. So this is the time to support your restaurants.
even
Restaurant
if you're
employees.
there, like what Derek's saying, even if you're there, tip well.
Mm.
Tip
Yeah,
really well.
absolutely. These people have been hurting. Like, a lot of us with desk jobs, some of us had really good years, and not everybody had that. So please help these people out. So rerf.us and give what you can. And if you can't give there, go to a restaurant and fucking, like Jan said, drop down a tip that's bigger than your usual. Like, 20% should be your minimum, and the sky's the limit from there. So but yeah, it's good to see things coming back to normal, and restaurants reopening, and hopefully soon it becomes the normal. I know things are still weird for some people. Some people don't feel comfortable doing certain things, but we're all going to get there eventually, and let's just let's come together and do it, and support the people that have been downtrodden during this whole thing. So whew. All right, let's move on before the
Well
tears
said.
start flowing, Selden. So I guess I want to remind you all that you can join us each and every Monday night live at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific at youtube.com/tool2play, facebook.com/tool2play, and Twitch TV/still_got_game. And on that, why don't we wrap this? We took a super long break and we didn't deserve it, and we're sorry, but we're back. Episode up. I am Dirk D. Smooth Nolan.
I am Chris Selden 007 Selden.
I'm James John Yont. Woof.
And we'll see you next week. Same smooth time, same smooth channel.